have put together a list of Hallmark movies. And I want to play a game with you, and this is how it's going to work. I'm going to read you the title of the movie. And then I'm going to read you two synopses. Or synopses.
Yeah.
And then synopses. And then you tell me which one's the actual movie and which one is fake.
Okay.
And let's see how you can do. All right. So this, I actually wrote some myself, but I'm going to start you off with some really simple ones from an article that I found. It's called Real versus Fake Hallmark Movie by Frannie Comstock. It's available on cabletv.com.
What's it called?
Real versus fake Hallmark movie. Yeah, which one's real, which is fake.
Oh, okay.
So there's more on here, so if you want to take that online, definitely go do that. But these are like 4 or 5. The movie is A Christmas CEO. A profit-hungry toy maker attempts to merge her company with a mega toy company, but is faltered by her ex-partner's refusal to sign the merger agreement. Or is this movie? When Santa falls ill, his daughter and North Pole Inc.'s HR rep must take over his business duties and act as CEO.
I like the second one. I would actually watch that one.
You are both incorrect.
It's not the second one?
The actual Christmas CEO is about a profit-hungry toy maker.
That sounds
and her ex.
Like a maniac.
This movie is called Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater, which is a rule that I also have in my life. Yes. It's also a rule in my life, in my guidebook to living a full life. Never kiss a man in a Christmas sweater. Okay, so is this movie about a recently divorced mom takes in a cynical Grinch-like house guest for the holidays to raise money for a charity in need? Or is it about a woman must find a way to reverse the Christmas curse set upon her after cheating on her fiancé with a man in a Christmas sweater?
It's the first one.
It is the first one. It's the first one. Okay. And if you're playing along at home, please let us know how you do. If you do better than Nicole. Or if you just can't believe that some of these are real.
I can't believe that title is real.
Okay.
And also, why is this lady taking in a random man?
For charity.
Okay, but still, is he homeless? Where'd he come from?
I don't know, but he's cynical and he needs a home for the holidays.
I might have to go find, like, where did he come from?
I don't know. These only get more deranged, so please stick with me. Cranberry Christmas.
I'm definitely not watching that.
Is this one? After a freak weather event ruins their crops for the year, a couple must turn their cranberry farm into a bed and breakfast to make ends meet. Or the married owners of a cranberry farm must reconcile their business differences when they are forced to work together on the Cranberry Christmas Festival.
It's the second one.
It is the second one.
They love a festival in Hallmark movies. I do know that. They love a festival.
This is called A Shoe Addict's Christmas.
These titles.
Which one is real? When a pair of shoes once owned by Mrs. Claus are stolen from her, a shoe lover pairs up with a cynical detective to locate them. Got a little detective mystery thriller in that one. Or is this movie a magical pair of shoes transports a woman to Christmas past, present, and future to help her take new chances and discover the true spirit of Christmas?
It's that one.
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah.
The first one sounds very interesting, though.
Yeah, no, I want to watch this. I would prefer to watch
the first one.
Crown for Christmas.
Crown, like Crown Royal?
I wish, no. A struggling artist takes a job as a governess of a rebellious young princess, but finds herself developing chemistry with the girl's father, the king. Or
scandalous
is this movie? After losing a bet with her childhood best friend, a woman must compete in her town's annual Christmas Queen beauty pageant.
It's number 2.
It's number 1.
What?
The governess with the Christmas king.
This is terrible. I'm not watching that.
There's always a king from somewhere.
Landed there. What country?
I don't know. I don't get those details. So these were all from the past. Then I found movies from this year. And there was no quiz. I wrote my own.
That last one was terrible, actually. I really don't like that last one. You're now plotting on the king. You're supposed to be taking care of the princess.
Okay,
anyway.
So I wrote my own, and I'm going to be really interested to see if you guys can suss out which ones are fake.
Okay. So are we supposed to say like real or fake?
No, you can still say the real one. But I'm just saying, like, I'm going to be real proud if I, like, get you guys.
Us.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This movie is called Lights, Camera, Christmas. When a holiday rom-com movie shooting in her town needs a costume designer, Carrie, a local owner, steps into the role. While working on the movie, she rediscovers her passion for costume design and finds herself falling for Brad, the film's famous leading man. Or is this movie? This year, Carrie's son Josh has decided this is the year he'll catch Santa Claus on camera to prove to his classroom that Kris Kringle still exists. While working on the movie, Josh and his mom discover more Christmas magic than they could ever imagine.
I feel like that first one sounds like something you made up. So I'm going to go with the second being true.
And the second is the kid with the camera?
The real one, yeah.
No, I wrote that one.
I mean, this thing was so convoluted. I don't even know what is going on anymore.
You got to pay attention.
So you wrote the second one.
I wrote the one about the kid and his mom.
It was the first one was real.
Correct, with the leading man.
Both of those plots sound insane. So that's why I can't even tell. But anyway, good job. You got me.
Thank you. We've got a couple more. So, A Maple Valley Christmas.
That sounds nice. I might go watch that one.
Eric, heir to the Maple Valley maple syrup empire, reluctantly comes home for Christmas to find the... I'm sorry.
I like that one.
That was a lot to say at once.
Maple
They
syrup
got me fucked
empire.
up. All right. Reluctantly comes home for Christmas to find the family business in shambles. While trying to save the historic business, he rediscovers his passion for maple syrup and finds himself falling for Bree, the town's local historian.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the girl that works at the pancake house. Or the Waffle House.
The maple syrup factory. Come on, dude. Okay. Or Erica is a rancher who has spent her whole life working the family farm with her mother and sister. When Aaron arrives and disrupts her plans, she starts to question what she actually wants.
I think the second one is the plot. Is the real plot.
Yeah, that's the real one.
Yeah.
You didn't like my
that
maple?
First one was entirely, I mean, I was like, oh, this sounds good though.
It's a maple syrup empire.
I like that because he came back home and he was like, this is in shambles. Let me fix it up. I kind of like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Royal Nanny.
I'm not going to like this.
I have to get myself ready for this. How is
this about Christmas?
It's so insane. Okay. The Royal Nanny is this movie. Claire is an MI5 agent who goes undercover as the Royal Nanny.
I know you made this up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll do it again.
MI5 agent in a Hallmark movie. These people don't know what that is. You got people's grandmas
FBI,
watching
right?
this. They're like,
okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Just reading that sentence was like, it's too much for me. Claire is an MI5 agent who goes undercover as the Royal Nanny. We've got more nannies. She must overcome the challenges of her assignment, like resisting the charms of Prince Colin while keeping the family safe at Christmas. Or is this movie? Hoping to be anywhere but home for Christmas, Claire takes a job as a nanny to a wealthy family in the city. Little does she know, being the nanny to a royal family on Christmas holiday and resisting the charms of Prince Colin will be a royal pain.
The second one is the real plot.
You are incorrect.
Oh my God.
The real one is the MI5 agent.
I can only imagine how they made that look in the movie. I mean, how is the props and like state like?
What is she protecting them from? The Russians?
And
like she's MI5.
How is it a nanny that's doing that? Why don't they have a security guard?
I guess you got to protect the air. I'm not sure.
The royal nanny is an MI5 agent
who goes undercover as the royal. Well, she's an MI5 agent
that goes undercover. That's her assignment
as the nanny. Yeah,
because something bad's happening.
I don't know. They didn't give me these details.
Who are the writers? This is some interesting
I don't know,
stuff.
But reading that sentence made me cry, honestly, because
wow.
that shit was insane.
That's insane. I really thought you made up that first one. Because we've talked about like a book about somebody that's. Haven't we talked about a book about somebody that's in the MI5?
I don't know.
Secret Service or something?
I really don't know.
I thought we talked about that.
But I do know that I had to include that because as soon as you heard MI5, you're going to think I wrote that shit.
I thought you wrote it.
I think they must sit around and be like, what's the most ridiculous thing we can do?
Obviously.
And then they go with it. Hire me.
Under something.
Hire me.
Under some influence.
Please, because I'm coming up with hits left, right, and center.
Yeah, you
okay.
are.
This is the last one. It's called Inventing the Christmas Prince. And I want you to know that the real movie stars Tamara Mowry.
No, thank you.
So imagine which movie you would prefer her to be in. Okay?
It's too much.
Shelby is about to quit her job as a rocket engineer when her... I'm sorry. Look, I'm reading...
Why is she quitting?
Shelby is about to quit her... This is again, inventing the Christmas Prince. Shelby is about to quit her job as a rocket engineer when her daughter becomes convinced that her Scrooge-like boss, Evan, is the Christmas Prince from a story Shelby invented years ago. Or...
No, thank you.
Your face. Or is this movie... Going home for Christmas without a boyfriend is not an option for rocket engineer Shelby, but it is nothing she can't fix. With the help of her assistant, Evan, Shelby invents the perfect man. But will he be her Christmas Prince Charming or another failed experiment?
That second one sounds like something that what is her name? Tamara. The first one is real. I am all messed up in Hallmark
I got you
universe
so many times
because it's all like okay. But see, here's the thing: I don't watch the movie, so I don't know how crazy they can go. Obviously, these movies are crazy.
In my plot, she invents a boyfriend.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought you said. No, but what was the first one? What did she do in the first one?
The first one. Her daughter becomes convinced that her Scrooge-like boss...
From
Evan,
another freaking story she wrote? That sounds... creating a boyfriend sounds more realistic to me.
Oh, we'll find out in a couple of years. I'm still single.
Yeah, it seems like a movie where they would like have a weird body where they turn
she's
into
a rocket engineer. Yeah. She'll make up her own boyfriend and then fall in love with her assistant. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And then they're like, we do, you need to just be with somebody who's real.
Yeah.
Not a freaking man from a story she wrote. What is that? That sounds crazy.
I don't know, man.
What are they tapping into here? You said this is like basic, like fall in love with people from your hometown. Well, this is not that.
A lot of them were, to be fair.
This is sci-fi.
They were an action thriller.
Yeah.
Don't forget our MI5 agent and our rocket engineer,
I can't
Shelby.
believe that this is real.
I'm still mad my maple syrup. I want to watch my maple syrup movie.
I like the maple syrup one.
Because in my maple syrup movie, if I may.
I like it.
He comes back home.
Yeah.
He's an heir. He's never really worked.
Right.
He thinks they have money. He shows up.
Everything's
shambles.
in disarray. Right.
He's like, what? I don't want to work, but I guess
I have to.
I guess we're going to have to do this. He's trying to figure out. He can't figure out. He doesn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to like the library because for some reason, that's what you do in a Hallmark movie.
I feel like he should go to the Waffle House or the breakfast place and sit down and be depressed. And then the waitress, right?
I like that.
They got pancakes, and she's like, yeah,
she's like, maple syrup goes real good on
that. This syrup, we can't sell the pancakes because the syrup's not good. Or something.
And there's like one really nosy older waitress, and then like one cute but shy waitress, and maybe she's in a bad relationship.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, girl, that's the heir to the maple syrup factory or whatever it was called.
And she's like, I don't have time for some guy who didn't care about this town.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they
working
fall in love.
hard, and then they, from the other side of the tracks.
I've got real problems.
From the different sides of the tracks.
I'm just trying to make rent, Letta.
Right.
And Letta's like, girl, child, please.
You need to get that.
You need to get that. And then she tries to get him, and then she finds out he's broke. But it doesn't matter because she saved the day, and she's in love with him.
Right, and then they restart the company on the better footing
with some deal with diners across
That's right,
the
she's
small
got the experience.
Diners. Yeah,
she's like, what we could do? We could create like food truck.
You know what? Those church phone trees? We have one, but for small diners in Hallmark movies
that are on the brink of bankruptcy,
and we can give them your maple syrup to save the day. No, well, in my movie, I almost put that he fell in love with the economic development person, but I knew
this is giving government. I can't take that one.
I knew if I said, and he falls he goes into town and looks to get help for his family business and falls in love with the small business economic development.
She's not fun.
No, but he goes to the library. Mm-hmm. He meets this girl who's like there. He doesn't know who she is.
Okay, and she's like filling out applications on the computer.
No, she's just like chilling there, and he's like, "Who reads books?"
Homeless.
And she's like, "I always wanted books for Christmas, but no one ever got them for me, which is why I hate Christmas." And he's like, "You can't hate Christmas. Maple syrup goes great on Christmas." And she's like, "Fuck you." And then he says like something about maple syrup, and she's like, "Look. she's just spitting facts
about it because she's worked there.
No, that building is like one of the only buildings to be made with like maple syrup, tree wood, and like this blah blah blah. And they were actually the first people who used this kind of like maple syrup thing dispenser,
not knowing he's the heir.
Right. And then he's like, "Yo, how do you know so much about this?" And she's like, "I'm a historian."
Oh, that's why
here in this small town.
Oh, and yes, I love this job.
They're like trying to figure out, can they make people care about the maple syrup? But then it turns out they don't need to because they can just apply for historic grants.
No, I don't like the grants.
Local municipality.
You get historic preservation designation.
And then that way you can save your maple syrup.
Taxes,
I'm sorry,
tax breaks.
I can't help the fact that I'm still.
I don't want that. I don't want that one. I like the other one.
I do like our friend Letta. I see her.
I love the diner.
She does have to say this.
What?
You know what the name of the diner is?
What?
This, that, and the third. Because you always got to have that third pancake.
I think you need to go into the Hallmark universe of writing because they got a universe there.
I've been trying.
It's real weird.
I'm putting my ideas out there. Consider this my audition. We just made a movie right now.
We really did.
We made
one
two
that's
movies.
better, I think, than a lot of the ones you described, especially that one about a prince from a different story. What? Nobody's
We
watching
made two
that.
whole movies. Plus, I wrote a bunch other ones, and mine has to deal with like historic preservation grants,
and like going through the grant process. Grant right.
Should teach them how to write grants.
I don't like this.
No, but they're real world skills that we need to know about.
I think that you've made me want to try to watch a Hallmark movie this year. And
if nothing else, they're really fun. There's also, I will say, one of the ways that I got into it more recently as like an older adult, not watching them with my grandmother, was doing drinking games. So,
oh my God.
If you enjoy drinking, and here I'll tell you some of the rules. So it's things like drink if a small town person goes to a big city, or a big city person goes to a small town.
Oh my gosh.
Drink if someone doesn't believe in Christmas. Drink if later they do believe in Christmas. Drink if you see mistletoe. Drink if they drink hot cocoa. Drink if it snows. Drink if there's a horse. Drink if someone's wearing an ugly Christmas sweater. Drink if there's magic involved.
On with a vest.
Right. Drink if like Santa Claus shows up. Like you end up plastered.
Yeah, because those are all the running themes in the movies.
And if they fall in love, take a shot.
Well, you guys have learned how to be hammered and watch Hallmark movies at the same time.
And look, if anyone
probably
wants
a good combination.
If anyone wants to finance our diner movie,
Maple
This, That, and the
Syrup
Third
King saves This, That, and the Third. I don't know. We got to work on the title.
We do. It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress.
My historic preservation grants movie.
I definitely am not going to green light that.
Government bureaucracy.
I'm not going to green light it. He's got to go on the website and get the application.
Yeah.
It's too big. The file
She's like,
is large.
No, you have to hand signature. You can't do a digital. You have to print it out and you have to actually sign it.
They don't take e-signatures.
And then in this version, Letta is the economic development. And she's like, Letta's not going to accept it if it's an e-signature. She needs a real thing.
We need to stop. Very good one. Very good one.
Thank you.